What's up, good people? Coming to you today to talk about accountability versus responsibility and how females can have accountability in relationships.
You are listening to It's All Mental Podcast, a show that empowers Black and brown females on how to maintain good mental health through personal and real-life experiences. Each week, we explore various topics that any female can relate to. I am your host, licensed professional counselor, and owner of Glass Seats, Pamela Smith.
So I was talking to a friend of mine about accountability in relationships. And so I thought it would be a good idea to kind of go over females and their accountability and how males think that we don't have accountability in relationships. They think, some of them anyway, think that females have a lot of excuses and things, which I don't believe to be true. So wanted to give a brief comparison of responsibility versus accountability. So responsibility is more along the lines of action, right? The thing that you are doing, a task. It's an act, so to speak. The accountability is what happens after. It's the result. Responsibility can be shared, and accountability is more specific to the individual. So one way, or actually I'll give you a few bullet points on how to be accountable in relationships, whether it's intimate, interpersonal, work, friendships, whatever, just how to be accountable, right? So first one is to be open to hearing the other side. And by hearing the other side, that means actually listening to understand, not listening to react or respond. That's also what's known as active listening. The next would be accept the possibility that the other party may actually have a valid point or be right. I know, surprise, surprise, but you may well be wrong in some of the things that you think, or some of the things that you say, or some of the things that you do. And if you are wrong, be willing to accept that you made a mistake. Own your stuff. I can't tell you that enough. Own your crap. Just own it. If you did it, you made a mistake, own it, apologize for it, and move on. The flip side of that is be willing to forgive. I know, the saying is forgive and forget. Oftentimes we don't forget. We can't forget. But you are able to forgive. And by forgiving someone, that doesn't mean that you're letting them run over you or anything like that. It's that you're giving them the opportunity to make things right, so to speak, by giving the apology, and you agree to move on. Now, I'm a firm believer that everybody shows you who they are, so it's up to you to use your discernment and your judgment to learn who you're actually dealing with. And the last one is be willing to apologize. It doesn't cost you anything. It won't hurt. Well, it might hurt, but even if it hurts, it's for the best, right? Because adults and mature people, healthy people, know when and how to apologize. Choose your battles. It's just that simple. Choose your battles. Is this a fight that you really want to put your money on and get into? Or is it just easier to say, you know what, my bad, I'm sorry, let's move forward? And it is also okay to agree to disagree. These are certain things that I've covered here, things that I've covered in some of the previous podcasts about forgiveness and communication and agreeing to disagree, that sort of thing. But it all falls into the same realm. So I'd be interested to hear what you have to say about how you hold accountability, what you think about accountability, and what it looks like for you in relationships. All right, you know the drill. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to It's All Mental Podcast. If you could do us a favor and leave a review on Apple Podcast, that would be great. Until next week, I am your host, Pamela Smith.